Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and we're doing some more KSCRAFT today. Right, this one, the shaker cup, except I'm not doing it as a shaker, I'm doing it as a cup, and I'm doing it on a card. Now this one is a really cute gingerbread man face that comes with it, and you get all the cream and the drippy bits, and you get the little squiggly frosting, but I'm not even doing it as a gingerbread face. I'm doing it kind of cross between feminine and masculine. That's the only way I can describe it. And my paper choices today, I'm going to share those with you. There are quite a few bits that I've already put together because I wanted my glitter to dry onto my glue. So first things first, I've just moved a load of stuff out of my way, is the base. So I'm using craft cardstock, I'm using my Kissy square frames, and this one for the top. Now I'm trying to think of the name of the company that does this. I'm pretty sure it's Craft Consortium. Yeah, that's what it is, and you get it from Joanne. You can get a 12 by 12 pad or a 6 by 6, I think, and there you got that lovely walnut grain on the back. Isn't that great? So if you're somebody who, you know, loves your wood grainy stuff, like for doors, little mini houses and things like that, obviously for the miniatures, get the 6 by 6 because the pattern is smaller. But I just love it, and I love using it as background papers for my camera because it comes in all different shades. Right, so we've got the base glued, and you can see that's very kind of farmhousey masculine, and it looks a bit blurred to me, my image. I don't know whether it is or not, who knows. Right, but anyway, that's another sheet from the pack, so you can see I use that as my background. But if I flip it over, it's like all tattered, you know, distressed sun bleached wood. So it's a really lovely paper pad to have. Right, so we've got that bit, and that is going to be the base. Right, the next bit is the cup. So I have cut my cup, yeah. I haven't even had coffee yet, goodness me. Right, here I have cut my cup, and the paper that I'm using here, let's see if we can get a close-up, it's got ink splashes. Can you see that black ink splashes on it? That's part of the design. That is a vintage Christmas. That's Jenny Bowling, and that's a digital print from Snap Click Supply. And I cut another piece of cup, and I did it in red for the handle, so I'm going to stick that onto there. Yeah, Jenny Bowling. Oh, I used to own all of her packs before I used them, and her ephemera. I used to use an awful lot on my ATCs, but in digital format, I think I've got everything that she ever that she ever did. Because it just kind of, you know, it takes you on a trip down memory lane when we all used to be doing our ATCs and swapping them, and it was great fun. All those years ago, yeah, a long time ago. Don't ask me how long, I can't really remember. So, right, we've got our lovely handle on there. And as I said, I'm going to do it, you know, a little bit femme masculine. So I'm going to distress this cup, but I'm only going to distress it where I feel, you know, that there's going to be some shadow. Now, I don't know if I need to re-ink this. Oh, I don't know. It's looking all right. So I'm only doing this side. I'm just having a good look at it. No, actually, I'm going to ink it up again. Let's have it a little bit stronger than that. I'm just using Black Soot Distress. And I do like to edge my stuff in just regular distress because I love that, you know, it's slightly more see-through than oxide. Oh, that's better. Now I'm happy. And then just use your ink blender just to build a little bit of shadow, because even though this is cute, you know, I'm kind of haven't decided who I'm giving it to yet. So now we've got cup with shading. I do hope you can see that. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit under the handle as well. Let's cast a little bit of shadow under there. Ooh, that's much better. Right, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now, the other things that I've done, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to put all of this up on foam, is I had to glitter up some of my stuff, otherwise the glue wouldn't have dried, and it might still be a little bit damp even now. So you get, ooh, let me see if I can drop my camera down slightly, and if that will improve stuff. I've got to swing it about. I've got it on this arm. Let me pick that up now and see if I can get some clarity. There we go. So this is my creamy drippy bit. I'll turn it out of the light, and I've frosted it up, and that gets glued onto there. So we'll just do that bit first. And as I said, I'm going to hope that it's dry, because if I put my fingers in it, I'm just going to lift everything off. So a little bit of glue there. I want to get those bits down that are sticking up in the air. And then I just want to trim the top of my cup. Well, I'll just put my fingers in it, so I think it's dry. So now we've got a drippy bit, but we've still managed to keep a little bit of vintage with that distress ink and the kind of paper that we're using. Right, the next thing that I had to do was I had to glitter up my frosting, but I've also got these that I want to add. So I've just got a few crystals and little, you know, peppermint clay bits, and you can see some of those balls in there. Yeah, they haven't flown off yet, thankfully. Now you can glue this behind onto the ridge. See, you've got that little space there underneath, and that's the area that I'm going to use. And hopefully my glue's dry on this as well. So I did cut and put together the cane and the little gingerbread that you get with this, because as you can see, I wanted to tuck my little gingerbread under one of those little cream layers. So this is going under here now, and I just want to kind of get it a little bit centre, because if I make it as one whole piece, then it means I can just put my foam on the back and have it popped up on there. Right, so I've managed to get that one down, and the next thing that I did was my little teaspoon, and I glittered that up. Let's turn that away from the light. There you go. So I used gold foil and I put my glitter on there. And I did get a bit heavy-handed with my glue, which might mean that it's not fully dry yet. But, you know, if I put my hands in it now and it just squishes everywhere, it's not going to be so good. And I'm just going to go, I think, off to the edge, which is also on top of one of those little drips. So I'm just going to hold that for a second, just to make sure it's stuck down. Yeah, I'm just going to pause a second while I hold it. Okay, so the spoon's stuck down, and that is what we've got so far. So we're all sugared up. There we are. And then the other thing that I want to put on here before we add some sprinkles is I printed and trimmed the word joy, and I put a little piece of foam on the back. This again is from the Jenny bowling pack. I get quite emotional about old scrapbook paper, you know. I may have told you this before. It just brings back memories of, you know, the things that you made with it way back then. I mean, I'm an absolute crafting nut. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, I do. I get quite emotional. But even though, you know, there's all sorts of scrapbook paper designers and stuff that I love, no one for me will ever beat the Farmhouse Paper Company. And do you know, they were only in existence for like maybe 2 or 3 years, and then they just vanished. And I kid you not, the paper quality and their metal embellishments were like second to none. I don't know where they went. And it was like Seven Gypsies as well. You know, they were around the same time as Jenny Bowling. I think maybe some of the Seven Gypsies people went to work for Tim Holtz. I'm not sure, because some of his designs look very Seven Gypsies, and they were before Tim Holtz, if you know what I mean. But you still see kind of echoes of Seven Gypsies in those designs, and it was like in those days everything they made I bought. You know, I'd go around bankrupting myself. Right, so I've got 3 blobs of glue to begin with, and I hope you can see. And I'm going to go in with some little peppermint bits first, just to make sure that that's kind of like where I want them, because I do want to fully load it up because it's more fun. And I'm also going to be adding some stuff onto the spoon. And I do like odd numbers, so I'm going to go in 3s there. And I'm going to go with a crystal on the spoon. I'm going to put that at the end. And then I'm going to have a peppermint blob. And what else can I have? Oh, I'm going to have a piece of red sprinkle. So it looks like it's kind of been in the cream and got covered as well. And then I'm going to just keep working my way on here. Now we've done 6. Which means we're at an even number. And I may not be happy about that. I've got a couple of sprinkles here, so I'm going to put the white one there and the red one there. And then I'm going to go in for a gem. And we're even again. Yeah, I'm going to go gem, and then I'm going to go a couple of those snowballs. Whoops. Let's flip that over. There we are. See if it's possible to actually pick one of these things up. Oh, it is. Oh, now I've got 2. I've got 2 down there and some static. I'm going to try and put him back in his bowl. So I'm just kind of like going along here and just loading it up with all different bits and bobs. Trying to think. I'll put another snowball there. I'll put another peppermint there. And I think I need some more red sprinkle, just to break things up a bit. I'm just picking them up. I think I've got all my glue dots covered, but let's have a look. There's a little space under the candy cane that needs something. And I might want to put another crystal there. So I think I'm going to go here for a crystal. And under the candy cane, I think I'm going to put another candy cane piece. And then, where did I go? I thought that was one of those little polystyrene balls for a minute. I'm going to go there with another crystal. Maybe I'll go here as well. It's a problem when you start getting carried away. There. Do you know, I think I'm going to put a little peppermint in my gingerbread's hand. There we go. He's hanging on to his little mint, bless him. So this is what we've got, and I'm going to have to wait a second for that to dry so I can flip it over and put some foam on. But isn't that sweet? It's kind of masculine, feminine, so you can kind of give it to anyone. But I am going to be back in a minute. Right, so I've been away and you can see the glue is still a little bit wet, but I managed to get some foam tape on the back. So just to finish this off, I just want to position this in the middle, or as close to what I consider the middle as possible, and give it a press. Try not to put my fingers into the glue. And there we have it. Sweet little gingerbread. We've got our candy cane. We've got our bits all over there. Got a little bit of distress ink under there and under the handle to cast a shadow. And I just think that's really sweet. I mean, you could absolutely cut a few snowflakes, you know, and just pop them behind as well. But I do love that. And that paper brought back memories. Right. I thank you so much for joining me today. I always do. And as usual, all links below. Bye.